The discount giant Walmart is in crisis. The company is facing a series of problems that threaten its survival, starting with consumer boycotts, enormous losses due to theft in its stores, rising prices on products imported from China, and a declining U.S. economy. In an article published in USA Today in February of 2025, Walmart warns that its future profits will decrease, and this warning was made before the well-known tariffs imposed by Trump. With the imposition of astronomical tariffs of 145% on products from China and other Asian countries, Walmart finds itself in a critical situation, as currently 60% of its products come from China. These problems are just the visible tip of a larger iceberg. Walmart, which is a chain of stores offering a wide variety of appliances, household items, and food, is fundamental to consumerism in the United States. If Walmart is sounding the alarm, many other companies that depend on consumer spending will also be affected. In this video we will analyze the major threats facing Walmart and how these problems are symptoms of a silent crisis affecting the entire world. Walmart is considered one of the most successful companies on the planet. Founded in 1962 by Sam Walton in Arkansas, it opened its first discount store. Walton's strategy focused on offering low prices to attract consumers, which turned out to be a great success during the boom of the U.S. economy after World War II. Thanks to this success, the company began to open numerous stores across the United States, becoming the largest store chain in the country in the 1990s. From that moment on, Walmart began its international expansion, opening its first store outside the United States in Mexico. Since then, it has established a presence in several countries in Latin America, Europe, and Asia, consolidating itself as one of the most successful discount store chains in the world. Walmart had become a symbol of consumerism, and the Walton family one of the richest in the United States. Walmart became the company with the highest sales volumes across the country, surpassing $680 billion, an amount equivalent to the economy of Argentina. Currently, Walmart has more than 2.1 million employees and 10,700 stores where it sells all kinds of items. From appliances and furniture to household items and food, Walmart has offered a wide range of products. However, the company's success seems to have drastically slowed down in recent years, which could have serious consequences. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, Walmart is facing a series of very serious problems that are putting the company at risk. The main issues are, first, exorbitant tariffs, second, a decline in consumption, third, boycotts, and fourth, enormous losses due to theft. We will analyze each of these problems and also establish the connection of how each one represents just the visible tip of an iceberg pointing to a fundamental crisis affecting society. Let's start with the first point, the tariffs. During his presidency, Trump triggered an economic bomb with his tariffs. He imposed tariffs on almost every country in the world, with some exceptions such as Russia and North Korea. However, the country that received the harshest tariffs was China. China is currently the world's factory, producing almost everything in our homes, as well as essential products for manufacturing cars, airplanes, and even medications. The dependence of the United States on China has reached a point of no return. Because of this, Trump aims to curb the import of Chinese products to the United States, but these products are absolutely essential for consumption in the country, and the stores that facilitate that consumption are Walmart's. As I mentioned earlier, around 60% of all products sold at Walmart are directly imported from China. This is an alarming figure, and if we consider imports from countries that also face tariffs, such as Vietnam, India, and Thailand, those imports account for almost 85% of everything sold at Walmart. Additionally, remember that Walmart also sells food and supermarket products, so the tariffs imposed by Trump are disastrous for Walmart's business. Walmart is in a very precarious situation, where it will likely have to raise its prices due to these tariffs, which will decrease its sales and profits, putting the existence of the chain at risk. However, Walmart is not the only one facing this tariff crisis. The vast majority of stores in the United States sell products made in China. Therefore, the fact that Walmart is sounding the alarm about the tariffs is just the visible tip of a larger problem on the horizon. Stores like Target, Best Buy, Amazon, and many others will suffer the same consequences. This brings us to the second major problem facing Walmart, the decline in consumption. In February of 2025, before the tariffs imposed by Trump, Walmart announced that its profits were expected to drop due to a decrease in consumption. This is because sales during Christmas of 2024 were lower than expected. They indicate that the working class has been spending the least in recent months, while the upper classes have been spending more than anticipated. However, Walmart's market is primarily composed of the working class, which is why consumption is expected to continue to decline this year. The working class has been facing a significant price increase crisis, while their wages have not been rising at the same pace. Everything has been increasing in price dramatically since the pandemic. A prime example is the price of eggs. As you will see in this graph, the price has reached a record of $8 per dozen. The same can be said for meat. As you will see in this graph, this has led to a decrease in consumption in this segment of the population. But Walmart is not the only victim of the decline in consumption. Other stores are also experiencing the same problem. To demonstrate this, I would like to show you an economic indicator called the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. This indicator measures the willingness of households in the United States to consume. As you will see in this graph, it has fallen to levels we haven't seen in years. The main reasons are the rising prices of everything and how wages are not increasing at the same rate. As a consequence, people are going into debt with credit cards to be able to buy things. However, we are also seeing a problem here. In this graph, you will see the number of people who cannot pay their credit card debts. As you will see, 3% of people are unable to meet their obligations, a figure we haven't seen in the last 10 years. Therefore, the decline in consumption is a very serious problem that adds to the list of difficulties facing Walmart. This brings us to the third problem, which is the boycott at Walmart stores. The company is going through a wave of boycotts due to the mistreatment of its employees and its decision to withdraw from DEI programs, which stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. This program promoted fairer and more representative work environments, aiming to encourage individual differences, ensure equal opportunities, and foster an organizational culture where everyone feels respected and can thrive. Many Latino consumers of Walmart have decided to stop shopping at the store because of this. In April of 2025, a general boycott of the store was organized by labor and social inclusion organizations. They claim that Walmart is becoming a company that prioritizes profits over the well-being of its workers and the communities it serves. This movement has not only affected the company's reputation, but has also resulted in a decline in sales and increasing public pressure for Walmart to reconsider its stance on equality and social justice. This leads us to the last major problem facing Walmart: losses due to theft. The company has faced an exaggerated wave of thefts in its stores in recent years. They estimate that around $3 billion are lost to shoplifting as customers enter, hide items in their clothing or pockets, and leave without paying. However, the biggest problem occurs at self-checkout stations, where many people do not declare everything they are purchasing and end up not paying. Walmart has also been a victim of organized thefts by gangs in various parts of the United States. This is not a problem specific to Walmart. It is an issue that other stores and many luxury brands in California are experiencing. One reason for the increase in thefts is the change in the law that was made in California with Proposition 47. This new law reduced theft crimes to minor infractions if the value of the theft does not exceed $950. As a result, many people commit these crimes without facing serious consequences, which has encouraged petty thefts both in stores like Walmart and in other establishments. Obviously, this problem has also worsened with the negative news associated with the Walmart brand, as people take items almost out of revenge. So this is another major problem that the store is facing. If we take a step back, Walmart is dealing with 4 very serious problems that threaten its existence: exorbitant tariffs on China and other countries from which they buy everything they sell, a decline in overall consumption, boycotts against their stores, and an increase in thefts. All of these issues are very concerning for Walmart, but as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, many of them reveal a serious crisis affecting society as a whole. Yes, the tariffs, the drop in consumption, and the thefts are symptoms of deeper problems facing society in the United States. American society has seen its purchasing power plummet in recent decades, especially among middle-class families. Inflation has eroded the purchasing power that wages once had. In other words, prices are rising while wages are not. This is evident in items that were once accessible to everyone, such as food and household goods. Today, people are facing extremely high prices and are living month to month or are forced to go into debt. Therefore, theft, the decline in consumption, and tariffs are not just signs of a slowing economy, but of a people who can no longer or do not want to continue participating in the endless cycle of consumption. Walmart, as a symbol of the American economic model, demonstrates something larger than its own crisis. It reveals the wear and tear of a system that for decades relied on cheap labor in China, indebted consumers, and endless growth. Today, this model is being put to the test. And if Walmart does not find a way to adapt, it could be just the first of many giants to fall. This brings me to the big question for you. Do you still buy the same things at Walmart, or have you reduced your purchases? Would you like me to make a video about the cost of living crisis? Let me know in the comments below and share this video on your social media.